welcome. And for today's 30-minute practice, we're going to be doing Ashtanga Yoga at its traditional pace. Now there's some wiggle room in that because some people go real fast and some people go real slow. No big shock to know that I'm right there in the middle. So I also want to say that if you start to do this video and it's starting to torture you or stress you out, then please don't do it. So there's a practice for everyone. I say this all the time. Don't look at somebody doing something and decide that yoga is not for you because of that. Yoga has way too many benefits from keeping our body healthy and just moving and our joints kind of a little bit more loose than they might be. It also provides chemical benefits by changing what part of our nervous system is working, only if we are doing it in a non-stressed, fairly relaxed state. So let's find a practice that works for you. All right, so there's none of this looking at somebody else doing yoga and deciding that you're too old, too tight, too not skinny enough, to anything to not be able to do yoga. It's good to move your body, it's good to breathe, and there are other videos if this doesn't suit you, but it might over time. Give it all a chance. Okay, so most of all, as we go along and do this, just make sure that you don't do anything that hurts. It sounds like common sense, but the temptation is always there to struggle, to keep up, or to push a little bit more, or to look like what I might look like doing a pose. And I gotta tell you, it's not like I'm going to be going gung-ho. I've come home after a day doing research in my lab, and I just need to have something that will help me shift gears a little bit. So I'm glad you're here, and let's go ahead and get started. So do what you can and just stay breathing, because as always, that's the most important part, okay? All right, so make your way to your mat. You can start with your feet in position next to each other, and you can let your arms hang by your sides. Right. And as you're here, just notice the tendency to kind of slump. Life tends to drag you down, so you might be that feeling of heaviness, of slouching down a little bit. So see if right here we can begin our breathing, and at the same time we'll start to lengthen our bodies a little bit, because every yoga pose is about getting, almost every yoga pose is about getting more length in your body. All right, so let's begin the breathing. Every inhale, take in a little more air than you normally do, feeling your rib cage expand side to side and front to back. And then every exhale, here's the most important part, not the inhale. Every exhale, make sure that you're exhaling out a little more air gently than you normally would. So it's this process of exhale down, emptying, inhale, fill, exhale down. And we're doing all of the breathing through our noses the best we can. Your breath is not going to stay perfect as we do this, but you're just going to keep getting a little bit closer to it every time. So keep breathing. The most important thing is that the inhales equal the exhales. So you're continuing. Every exhale, empty your breath out and press the ground away with your legs. Every inhale, you're lifting up and filling. And exhale all the way to empty. Inhale and fill. Exhale. Good, one more full breath. Inhale. And exhale all the way. Sun salutation A. Inhale, bring your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward to wherever it's comfortable for you. Inhale, look up and fill with air. Exhale, step back to plank pose. You can have your knees up or down and lower all the way down. Inhale, lift to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and you're here for about 5 breaths. Breathe. So it's likely that every time that we move and go into a pose, you're probably going to lose track of your breathing. It's okay. Just get it back, even if you just have a couple of good breaths in each pose. That's good. It's more than what you would have done otherwise. Take one more full breath. Inhale. and exhale all the way to empty. Inhale, step forward to the front of your mat, however you can. Exhale, let your head go down. Inhale, bring your arms up, look up, and exhale. Inhale, arms up. Same thing. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and 5 breaths here. Don't worry if it's not exactly 5 breaths for you, just keep your breath as even as you can. And mostly, if you focus on one thing about your breathing, have it be the end point of every exhale. One more breath. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, heads down. Inhaling, coming up. And exhale. Again, inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back and lower down with your knees up or down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe here. Now, anytime we hold downward dog, there's always options for everything. You could go to your knees. You could go to child's pose instead. Take a couple more breaths. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhaling, come forward. Exhale, let your head go down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale. Sun salutation B, bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right leg forward however you can. Front knee bent, lift up, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, leg back however you can, and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left leg forward. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, legs back, and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and breathe here, or you can go to child's pose or to your knees. Mostly exhale so you can regain the control of your breath. I could have mentioned in the beginning that this is the most strenuous or challenging part physically and breath-wise of the practice, so stay with it, just one more of these. Exhale all the way. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, heads down. Bend your knees. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, straighten. And do one more of those. Bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg forward. Inhale, come up, breathe up. Exhale, hands down, legs back, and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg forward. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, hands down, legs back, and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, go to downward dog and stay there, or go to child's pose. Breathe big. Exhale the old air, the carbon dioxide out. Every inhale taking in new fresh oxygen. This will help you stabilize your heart rate and your breath rate more quickly. One more full breath. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhale, heads down. Bend your knees. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, straighten. Good. Step your feet about hips distance apart, hands on your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward and bend your knees until you can hook your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. pose is called Padangusthasana. Keep breathing. Now we're going to hold each pose for about 5 breaths. We're going to be doing a set of poses, just sample poses from the Ashtanga flow, rather than every pose. Take one more big breath. Exhale all the way. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, feet back together. Inhale and step back with your right foot to 5-pointed star. Exhale, your right toes to the back of your mat. Big breath in. Exhale, don't bend your front knee. Reach forward into triangle. Let your hand land wherever it does. Could be on your thigh, shin, or hooking your big toe. Left arm up. Triangle pose. See if in every position you can get just a few deep exhales. One more breath. Exhale all the way. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn your left foot towards the front. Big breath and get longer. Exhale, reach forward. Then let your hand drop to your front leg or to catch your big toe. Breathe. So in this set of poses, this pose and the next one, you want to keep your front leg straight, resist the urge to bend it, but keep lifting your kneecaps, engaging your thighs to keep your knee taken care of, to support it. Exhale all the way. Inhale, lift your body up. Exhale, revolve triangle, turn both feet to the back of your mat. Legs will stay straight. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, reach forward and across, your hand on your thigh, shin, or on the ground, across from your foot. Right arm goes up and breathe. So if your arm doesn't go up, don't stress over it. The whole point is that you're stretching in a light way, a very, very light, gentle stretch. One inhale and exhale, look down. Inhale, lift your body up. Exhale, turn both feet towards the front. Inhaling your right arm up. Exhale, keep your legs straight as you reach straight forward. Let your hand drop wherever it does for your body. If it works, bring your left arm up towards the ceiling and you can look up if that's okay with your neck. Couple of good breaths. And exhale, look down at the ground. Inhale, lift up. Open your arms to the side of your mat. Exhale, step forward to the front. Now Parshvakonasana. Inhale, step your right leg back, side angle. Your right foot towards the back, bend your front knee so it's exactly over your heel. Big breath in. Exhale, rotate forward, your forearm to your thigh. Top arm in by your ear, and breathe. You can turn your head to look towards your inner elbow or the palm of your hand. If it happens to work, your right hand could go down to the ground on the outside of your foot. And breathe. Every exhale, press the ground away with your back foot. Every inhale, lengthen to the left side of your body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your body up. Reverse it, your left foot towards the front. Bend your front knee over your heel to keep it safe. Big breath in. Exhale, rotate forward, forearm to your thigh. Right arm by your ear. Looking up or holding your neck as you need to. Breathe. So there's a long line from your fingertips down through the back edge of your heel. Every exhale is as if you're exhaling down when you empty through your foot, pressing your foot into the ground. Every inhale, breathe up that line of extension. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn both feet towards the back of your mat. This time your front knee is bent exactly over your heel. Inhale, left arm up for revolve side angle. Exhale, crossing over, your elbow to your thigh and your hands come together in prayer. If you can't see that, and just turning, you stay where you are. So you're turning, elbow and hands together. Okay? Take one more breath there. And exhale, looking down. Inhale, lift your body up. Exhale, turn both feet towards the front of your mat. Front knee centered. Inhale, your right arm up. Exhale, crossing over, hands together. Breathe. So it's far better to take a couple of extra breaths to position your body correctly and safely. And over time, it's going to become automatic. Don't rush, don't struggle. It's okay if you don't get all 5 breaths there. Prepare. Take a big inhale. Exhale, look down. Inhale, lift up. Open your arms to the side. Exhale, step forward to the front. Inhale, step back with your right foot. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward, keeping your back lengthened. Have your hands on your thighs, shins to the ground for standing spread leg stretch. Inhale, re-lengthen. Exhale, fold into wherever it's comfortable for you. Now, if you're looking at this pose and feeling like, okay, I can't touch the ground without rounding and struggling, guess what? Take a look at me now. This is the same pose. My back is lengthened, my hands are here, and the whole point is I'm still feeling a light stretch. That is absolutely all we need to make a difference. All right, inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, step forward to the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, step back with your right foot. Exhale and turn both feet to face the back of your mat. You can bring your arms around behind you to hold opposite forearms, or if it works, you can bring your hands to prayer position behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend forward, and breathe. So as you're here, again, in these straight leg poses, you have to be really careful with your knees. If your hamstrings are really tight, or if your knees bother you at all, it's okay to bend your knee a little to make sure there's no strain. If you can, engage your thighs, lift your kneecaps. Exhale here, inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn your feet towards the front of your mat. Once that's set, inhale, lift. Exhale, extend forward and breathe. And you're thinking more forward than you are down. You can build a lot of strength in this practice, this style of yoga, along with getting the stretching. But it requires that every exhale you empty, every inhale you lengthen, and that causes you to engage muscles and stretch other muscles at the same time. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale, rise up, open your arms to the side of your mat. Exhale and turn forward to the front. Here we're going to do a balancing pose. Bring your weight into your left leg. And here you can begin at your own pace to lift your right leg. We're going to big toe, standing big toe hold pose. So you might be here. I'm going to offer options, right? Even if you are here with your tip of your toe on the ground, you're learning how to balance. Stay breathing. Breathing is a much more important skill than learning how to stand on one foot. If you can, you slowly start to pick it up. Good. Maybe your knee is here. Maybe you end up holding your big toe. Maybe you end up extending your leg. It doesn't matter. Don't force it. Take a big breath in, and then whatever you're holding, exhale and open your leg out to the side. So you could be holding your toe. You might be holding your knee. Your toe might be on the ground, but your knee is open. Breathe big and look to the left. And you might be doing one of these too. Totally okay. Stay breathing. Good. Inhale, bring your leg back to center. If you're holding your big toe, you might lean forward. Inhale, lift up tall, and then exhale. Straighten your leg out, hands to your hips. You might have your tip of your toe on the ground, but stay breathing. You might lift your leg up to hip height. Breathe. Take one more inhale, and exhale, let that foot go down. Other side. When you're ready, exhale down through your straight leg. Inhale, lift up, stand up tall as you start to lift up your left leg at your own pace. Breathe big. Don't be concerned about what you can't do. Focus on what you are doing. Breathe. Good, take a big inhale, lift up, and then exhale, open your leg out to the side. You can turn your head to look towards the right. Again, you might be holding your knee, you might have your toe on the ground. It's all the same pose for your joints. Breathe. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale, bring your leg back towards center. You might be holding your knee or your toe. Exhale and lean forward if you have your toe. Inhale, lift up tall, and exhale, let that foot go down to the ground. Good, then from here, inhale, arms up, Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, go back to plank pose and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step your right leg forward for warrior one. When you step forward, shuffle your feet until you can get your front knee bent right over your heel. Back leg is straight. Back knee is not bent. Press down into the ground. Turn your hips forward. When you're ready, inhale, bring your arms up. And you're reaching up. You want to have your arms straight. So it's better to have your arms apart. If you can, you bring them together. And breathe. But again, you want to do each pose with integrity, as if it matters. Hold yourself with a certain kind of grace and respect. Don't squish yourself and create more tension. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten your front knee, and then don't pick up your feet, just spin on your feet towards the back. Now your left foot is forward, front knee right over your heel. Press down into your back heel, whole foot on the ground. Hips attempting to come forward, and breathe. Notice your level of struggle right now. Can you breathe? If you can't, you're struggling too much. Are you pushing? Is the stretch too much? Is this the hardest thing you've done all day? Relax it back. Take a big breath in and then warrior two. Lower your arms down. Left arm forward, right arm back. You might find that there's more room. You can step your back leg back a little more. Good. Take a couple of breaths here. And exhale to empty. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Turn yourself in the other direction for the same pose. So you end up with your front knee right over your heel. And breathe in here. Reaching your fingertips apart from each other. Every exhale to the low belly. Every inhale, breathing up through the crown of your head as if you're breathing up your spine. Take one more inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to the mat. Any way you can, step your legs back to plank pose and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale and come forward. In a longer class, we would move into several seated poses before we finish off. Let's just do one right here. So you can draw your toes in towards you. Good, take a big inhale, lift up, and then exhale, let your shoulders relax down. We're leaning forward into lunge, Shirshasana, forward fold. So breathe here. So this is an opportunity to learn how we forward bend in this kind of a practice. So you could lean forward like this. This isn't what we're looking for. That's a different action on your body. You're looking to lengthen. For a lot of people, if you bring your toes in and you feel a stretch, this is your pose. Other people need to get their face on their shins before they feel any stretch at all. It doesn't make them a better person. Breathe. All right, exhale all the way to empty, wherever you ended up. Inhale, lift, and exhale there. You can bring your hands to the mat behind you. One more seated pose. Drop your toes to the ground. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale and lift. You might lift up your hips. You might drop your toes to the ground. Breathe. So this can be kind of painful for some people, especially for a lot of reasons, especially with wrist issues. So you might be sitting here, pointing your toes and lifting up like this. If you're up, inhale, lift up. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, lower down to the ground. And from here, we're going to go to closing sequence, just a few finishing poses. So go ahead back, lie down on the ground. This is bridge pose or upward bow. Right here, inhale for bridge. Heels underneath your knees, lift your hips up about halfway. And then if you can, take a moment to bring your arm underneath your body, your shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale and press down into your heels and lift up. Don't press down with your head. Stay breathing. A couple of full breaths here. Now, if you're really pushing and straining and trying to get up high, that's not yoga. That's how we live the rest of our lives. Let's do this differently. Moderate effort, medium effort, nothing more. Good. Right here, take one more inhale and exhale, lower down to the ground. All right, bring your knees into your chest if you need to for a little rocking. All right, and then here, We're just going to end either with shoulder stand if you know shoulder stand. If you don't know shoulder stand, let's not do that on your own without any instruction right now. So you have options. You can simply lift your legs up and breathe. Stay breathing. You could have your knees in towards your chest. If you are near a wall, it's okay to turn your body towards the wall, your feet on the wall, and just rest there. But you're still doing the same breathing, inhaling and exhaling, that same pace we were moving at, just getting the lower half of our bodies above our hearts. Good, take one more inhale, and then exhale, lower down if you're in full shoulder stand. Let your legs come down, again, a little rocking if that feels okay, if you need it. And then inhale, roll forward to a seated position, and here you can sit or you can take a vinyasa if you would like. What that means is if you want to, you can go to plank pose and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And inhale, come forward to your knees. So whatever you were doing, come forward to your knees. We're going to end here with, it could be headstand. If you safely know how to do headstand, then you go ahead and do it. But if you have not been instructed in this, please don't do it. I'll do another video on that. So here, you can be in child's pose. Again, the breathing has not stopped. You can be in child's pose. You could do preparation for headstand. If this feels okay, you could come forward so that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You have your hands clasped, fingers interlaced, and then you can place the crown of your head on the ground, and you might stay there, pressing your elbows into the ground. You might lift up, only if that feels okay. Don't strain your neck. Press into the ground with your arms, whether you're in preparation or full headstand. Couple more breaths wherever you are, and just notice that what we're doing now is keeping our head below our heart, reversing our typical pumping action on our hearts, that usual orientation. All right, wherever you are, you might be in child's pose or preparation for headstand or full headstand. Slowly allow yourself to lower back down and head towards child's pose for everyone. If this is not comfortable, it's okay just to be sitting up. The wider you spread your knees apart, it might get easier, it might not. It's very individual. All right, take one more breath and exhale all the way. Inhaling, coming up. And here you can either go right to sitting on the ground, or you can take another vinyasa if that would feel good for your body. But don't push yourself. Medium effort. Inhale and come forward to seated. And then here, find a comfortable way to sit. So if you can, sit cross-legged. If you'd like to, you can sit in half lotus or full lotus. I'm just going to turn sideways to show you. So just cross at the ankles. You might just have your legs straight out. If that doesn't feel good, don't strain your joints. It's not worth it. And the other option is half lotus, one ankle on the other leg, or full lotus. Again, it's just whatever you need for your body to feel something. All right, and then here, wherever you are, extend your wrists out over your knees. Thumb and first fingers are touching, and then the other three fingers extended. Take a big inhale, lift up, and then exhale, let your chin drop towards your chest. And breathe. So this is our last bit of breathing, this breath pattern that we use. Over time, you'll see that the goal of Ashtanga, if there is a goal, is to see if you can keep exhaling and inhaling uninterrupted for the entire class, the entire flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale at that same pace we were doing, that we were moving. And the reality is that it won't happen. You'll lose concentration, you'll lose focus. Poses will distract you, but that's just like life. here in this pose. See if you can bring it back. Exhale all the way to empty. A deeper exhale means a deeper breath in. You have to empty before you can fill. Inhale and exhale. So this is the last place we practice the breathing without the distraction of movement. One more. Real fill up on the inhale. Exhale all the way to empty. Good. And then here we're going to lie down for final relaxation. Don't skip it. So you can go through a vinyasa first if you would like. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and lie down on your mat. When you lie down, extend your legs out in front of you. Have your feet about as wide as the mat, but definitely a little wider than your hips. As long as this is okay with your back, let your legs just roll to the outside. You'll have your arms on the ground with your palms facing up. And if you can, take a moment to get your shoulder blades, shoulder caps underneath you. Good. And then here, take a big inhale and sigh it out your mouth. Inhale. And exhale. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale out like a sigh through your mouth. And then we're just going to rest here for about just a few minutes. See if you can let your body become heavier and heavier. I'm going to get up and sit up. You stay there. If you're comfortable with it, you can let your eyes close. If you're not comfortable with that, just find a place to let your eyes rest that's not distracting. That's it, letting go of the breathing pattern. Now you hand the breath back over to the body. Just letting your breathing come naturally, just like your heart is just beating. Your breath is just coming. If you feel like you might fall asleep, it's okay. There's nothing more that you need to do. Our nervous systems are powering down. We've shifted mental focus. We've moved and stretched and strengthened almost every muscle in our bodies. Let it relax. Let it power down. Every exhale, like a sigh. Natural. I'm going to leave you in the quiet for the next just minute or two. Just continuing to settle in. Here you can begin allowing your breath to deepen without moving. Breathe a little more deeply and just take this moment in between where you're awake but relaxed, and memorize physically how this feels. And you can begin stretching, you can keep your eyes closed or just vision limited. And very slowly, you're going to make your way up to sit on your mat. Just sit. Good. Just recognize that wherever you are right now in your life, in this moment, there's no mistakes in where we've ended up. You're in exactly the right place. And keep at least a portion of your attention and your intentions on the importance and the value of keeping yourself feeling a little bit more spacious. Ashtanga Yoga is a more vigorous practice, meaning it requires more focus, a little more physical effort than some of the other practices. It's purely personality type. It's purely how you're feeling that day. Some people need to have physical movement and then they can relax. Other people are like, no way, no how, that just stresses me out more. I just want a completely slow practice. Don't make yourself match up with things that you don't match up with. Find what works with medium effort. I'm not saying no effort. So here we'll end our practice. May all beings everywhere be healthy, happy, and free from suffering. May the efforts of each one of our practices benefit our own life and every life that we touch. So any amount of quietness or relaxation that you can carry into any room, it makes a difference. So I look forward to seeing you again. Please connect with me either on YouTube anytime you like or on my website at pennyclum.com. More and more things being added all the time. Reach out to me if you have any questions. All right, thank you very much. And I hope you have a great evening or great day, and I'll see you again soon.